what it means to people. Why is it okay for guys to do certain things and not for women? We're here to talk about that today. Hello, Angela. Welcome in. Hello, Lupita. Hello, Letty.
Hello, hello. Hello, ladies.
So, what are your guys' takes on double standards?
If it's good enough for the guy, it's good enough for the woman.
That's exactly what I say. Hello, men. Come on in. Join in. Let's hear your guys' opinion.
I would like to know what they have to say.
Me too. Like Ciara said, you know, a lot of guys don't like them double standards. It's okay for a guy to have 1, 2, 3 girlfriends or talk to all kinds, but if a girl does it, we consider it a hoe.
Oh yeah.
You know. Letty, what are your takes on it?
I don't know. I guess if the guy could do it, the girl could do it.
Right. Have you guys ever experienced the double standard?
Probably all my life.
Talk about it. Let us know.
Yeah. Yeah, my thing has always been, well, if you can do it, why can't I? Not that I'm that type of person that is like, well, he's talking to other females, so I could talk to the males.
Right.
At the same time, it's like, if you are okay feeling comfortable talking to other females, then why am I not allowed to? Even if I'm not, if it just, you know, as in conversing with somebody, not even, it doesn't have to be sexually or intimately or anything like that, but just talking to them as a person. But because of sex, they automatically think you're trying to hook up with them or you're trying to, you know, get with them or whatever, and that's not the case.
That's correct. What about you, Lupita? Have you experienced any kind of double standards?
No, I don't think so. I mean, no, I don't know.
So you've never experienced anybody saying, oh, well, I'm going to go out and drink and party with my friends. You got to stay home. But then when you want to go and party and drink with your family, hey, you're not supposed to be doing that.
Yeah. Actually, I was with a guy that was like that. When we started arguing a lot, it was my first relationship being with a younger guy. And when we started arguing a lot, toward the end, I'm just done. And I kind of broke it off with him. I came home one day and he looked at me and was like, wow, your hair is a mess. I'm like, you're an idiot. My hair is a mess because it's windy outside and I have let my hair down. Not because I was out there sleeping around. But yet he could be out with my brother partying until 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning while I was at home in bed, wondering where the heck he was.
Right.
Where's the respect?
Exactly. Double standards works in many ways. You know, it's not just in cheating. It's just in doing life in general. There are some men out there that say, oh, well, it's a man's thing to go and work. But some of us want to feel independent and be able to, you know, put in our part in a relationship. And they're like, no, you're not working. You're supposed to stay home. You know, there's that other double type of standard, you know?
Right. Yes, I agree.
So have you all ever put a double standard on a guy?
I have.
What have you done? Tell us.
That was my husband. That was with my husband, of course, because he didn't like going out. He was more of work, go home type, and I was more of the outgoing, and I would be the one to say, hey, you know, if you don't want to go, then I'm going to go. Like, I'll go have fun with my sisters or my nieces, just stuff like that. But I did.
And what did he say about that?
I mean, I guess he was okay with it because he really wouldn't argue or fight with me about it. He would just, okay, well, I'll just be here at home. Just call me when you're ready, you know. Let me know where you're at. Stuff like that.
Right.
As long as he
What
was
about,
home resting, watching
did he
his
ever want to
TV.
go out with any of his family members to any uh, bars, clubs, anything like that? And you were just like, nope, you're not going.
I would try to push him out there, like with his brothers. His brothers would, invite him, like, come on, let's go have some drinks. And this, I said, go with your brother. Like, gosh, I don't want to go. I was like, all right, fine, whatever.
Now, I think you're kind of fibbing. I think you're kind of fibbing. Are you ready for me to put you out there?
Go ahead. That's what we're on here for, right?
Right.
Okay.
So you're telling me when you lived in Dallas before you lived over here in Albuquerque with me and your son,
Yeah.
when your husband wanted to go with his brother to the
Uh-huh.
club, not just a regular club, but a titty bar, you were like, nope, you're not going. You're not going. Hello, welcome in.
Yeah, I recall
We're
that
talking
one
about
time.
double standards.
I wouldn't allow that for sure.
But yeah, but the thing is like, okay, if you want to go to a titty bar, if you feel like you're gonna get some kind of pleasure out of that, then go ahead. But by all means. But I do recall telling him that one time. But then after that,
Yeah.
well, let's just go together.
So why wouldn't you let him go to a titty bar, Angela?
First of all, it's disrespectful. I think that if you're in a titty bar, God only knows where else you are and who else you're having sex with or relationships with. So if I'm not out there doing it, what gives you the okay to do it? 'Cause
Now, would you go with him if you guys went together?
heck no, that's not a place for me.
You have different types of morals than a lot of people these days.
My morals are very old fashioned. It's very man and woman for each other, not man and woman with everybody else. It doesn't.
Right.
That's not my style.
Right. What about you, Lupita?
What?
You would go? Now, consider
that-
everything you've been through.
Yeah, I say that now. So I'm talking out of my ASS, but in reality,
Hi, Stefan. Would you like to join us? Tell us your point of view. We're talking about double standards, and we want to hear from a man's point of view. Why is it okay for men to do certain things and it's not good for women?
Oh, you guys want to hear my point of view?
Yes.
Yeah, we want to hear a man's
do.
point of view.
I like for a woman to do even the same thing of a guy does. I mean, what part? I mean, I don't know.
Even as far as talking to, let's say you guys are just dating, and let's say, or not even dating, like these days it's not even called dating anymore. It's like, oh, we're just friends. So you guys are friends, but you're talking to several other women at the same time. Is it okay for the woman to also speak to other men at the same time that she's speaking to you?
Of course. I mean, you can have friends. I mean, if they're friends, I think it's okay. I'm not the jealous type, by the way. I'm not the jealous type or the toxic type.
Right.
Right.
So would you let your female go out clubbing while you stayed home?
Of course. I've done that in my previous relationship.
And how did that work?
I got dumped because I was in the jealous type, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah, like my ex she was the type that's like, oh, I'm gonna go out with my friends, and then she would be like, on the way out, she like, but they're guy friends, and I guess she wanted me to get up and oh no, you're not going. No, I'll get up and I'll get up.
So
and
it's
get
almost
up to
like you
20
threw
bucks.
out you let her throw the rope and hang herself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta trust. I mean, you can only trust people as you want to be trusted. I want to be trusted if I go out with some girls that are my friends. I want to be trusted. I don't want to be getting that call every 5 minutes. What are you doing? And when are you coming home? And hurry up.
Uh-huh.
That's the same thing. I wouldn't do that to my ex girlfriend, and she would get mad. She's like, "How come you're not keeping tabs on me? How come you're not asking me where I'm at? Why? You
Do
said
you
you're
think
going
that
out."
maybe her response was because she felt some type of way towards you doing those things?
No, but I mean, I always go out with my guy friends.
I think
I
I
go
have
out with
an
my
answer
guy
for that.
friends, and my
Angela,
guy
did you want
friends
to say?
have girlfriends, wives, or whatever.
I said I think I have an answer to that, and I think that it bothered her because it showed her that he didn't care.
Yeah.
Because if I'm going to go out with my girlfriends, let's just say we trust each other 100%. If I'm going to go out
Right.
with a bunch of guys and you're not questioning me, asking me, or even texting me, "Hey, honey, what time are you coming home?" Anything like that, that tells me you really don't care about me and you really don't love me the way you say you do.
Yes, that's true.
But I mean, I mean, when we're at home, I did everything for her. Like I tended to her, make sure she was fine. If she wants to go out, I'm not gonna, butt in like, "Oh, who you going with and for what?" You
But
know what I
I
mean?
feel like as a couple, you should.
That's being a little
You really
toxic.
love and care
I mean,
about
that's
each
how I
other.
feel. That's how I feel. I mean, I did text her. I was like, "Are you having a good time?" And that's about it. I'm just, making sure she's having a good time because I know the type of fun that she likes.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just
Have you
that's my
always
only
been
worry.
this type of man?
I'm sorry.
Have you always been this type of man?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, even in my 10 years when I was married for 10 years, I was the same. The same. I never questioned. I like I said, I was never toxic. Maybe that's why I got divorced, or that's why they divorced me because I don't feel like I did anything to.
I don't think that's considered toxic
Right.
because if you were toxic, you would have been blowing her up like crazy.
Right.
Get what I mean? Like, toxic is someone who's just constantly, how can I say it? Like, just
On you.
on you. There you go.
They're just, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, to answer the question you guys were saying, now I'm not the toxic type, so I wouldn't mind if my girlfriend, wife, whatever, had a guy friend that she would text, or I wouldn't be like questioning anything unless I saw something that I didn't like, then I'll probably question it. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Hmm.
So then
But
let me ask you this. Okay, let's not talk about like if you're in the relationship. Let's talk like you just see an everyday person, you've never really met them. Okay, let's say a coworker.
Okay.
And you have a guy who is a player and loves to talk to all the women, flirt with them, go out with many different ones. But then the guys are like high-fiving, "Yeah, you did it. Yeah, you got that one." But then you see a girl doing that same exact behavior. You're not with them. And you see the girl doing the same exact behavior, being flirtatious, going out with different guys every day, if not every other weekend. And we label them as, "Oh, that girl's a hoe. You don't want to mess with her." Have you ever been like that? Have you ever
No,
seen that? And what do
no.
you think about it?
I just see it as one of the guys. Like it's something normal. You know what I mean? If a man does it, I'm sure a woman could do it too.
Yeah, we could do it, but how do you feel about it?
Yeah,
Do you
I don't
her?
see her like you said. I don't see her as a hoe. I just see her as she's playing the field, just as a guy would play the field.
Mm-hmm.
Like most of y'all women think if a guy does it, well, like us guys, if we see a guy do it, oh, that's okay, that's fine. If I see a girl that does it, I think that's okay too. Like I said, I don't, I don't see it as a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't call
What?
her a hoe because I don't like being called a hoe. I'm just friendly. I'm being friendly. I see her as being friendly.
So would you date a woman that is very friendly with everybody?
Of course, because that's my comfort. I feel comfortable around a person like that. I feel uncomfortable with a person that like, oh, look at him. That's a different girl, and we just seen him with another girl a couple of days ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, why are you looking at that? Like, he's having fun. He's interacting with different people, whether
So
he
then
sleeps,
you
whether he
have
sleeps
seen
with them
that.
or not. Yeah, I've seen that.
And what about you, Letty? What do you think? Hello? Angela, what do you think about that? Like if you're at a job and you see that type of woman and that type of man, do you label them?
Um,
Considering your morals.
yeah, I see it at work a little bit with the guys. And we kind of know which ones are very flirtatious and which ones were just looking for a pair, pants to get in or whatever. So we don't have a lot of women that work there. There's a few of us, but most of them are married. But I just I'm just like cringing over here because I'm like, oh my gosh, that is just so I couldn't accept it. I wouldn't behave in a relationship in a way where I wouldn't want my partner to behave.
Yeah,
I want the
that's
same
true.
respect that I give. I want that same respect.
Yeah.
So if I'm being faithful to you 100% in every way, I want that person to be faithful. I don't have male friends. If I have male friends, he gets cut off if I'm in a relationship because you can't have a man and a woman by yourself in a house visiting each other or in a place where there's nobody else around visiting each other because they're quote unquote friends and not expect anything to happen.
Right.
You are biologically engineered to have a sexual relationship with a male. Now there might be some men that don't go cross that boundary or some women that won't cross that boundary. But for the most part, if you put a man and a woman in a room by themselves and they say they're friends, something is going to happen.
Right. Hello.
That's just the way I believe. That's just what I believe. So I don't put myself in that situation. Like I don't have male friends. And if I do have male friends, I, let them know that I respect my partner 100% and it's me and him, not me and my friends. I don't need to hang out with them.
Yeah.
It's just strictly.
Hi, Annalisa. We're in here today. We're talking about double standards. If any of you have ever experienced being a double standard, do you accept the double standards? Like, is it okay for a guy to date a lot of girls? Sorry. Well, in this day, date guys. Sorry. And some girls date girls. But, okay, so let's say your significant other dates a lot of people, or somebody you've known at work dates a lot of people, and then the female does it. Do you guys see them the same, or do you guys see them different? What do you guys think? Annalisa?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hi, Mama. If they're with somebody, no, don't date nobody. If you can't be faithful at one person, don't do anything with anybody at all. Myself, I've been with my wife, Jessica, for 8 years.
Hi, Mama.
Hi.
For about 8 years now, me and her. And we share a little girl together, Bailey. which is
Okay, now what about let's say you have your set of friends, she has her set of friends. Let's say she wants to go out to the clubs with her friends or go hang out. And is that okay? And then does she feel the same way you going out with other people on your own?
I trust her. I mean, if she, with her going out with her friend, that's on her. You have to trust your partner entirely for that to happen. And if you don't, then you really need to figure out where you guys stand with each other. She wants to go out with friends, go ahead. Gives me solitude.
What about you, Yoda? How do you feel?
I feel the same way. I mean, I've been in a committed relationship about 4 years. And I think, faithfulness comes with loyalty hand in hand. And if you don't have loyalty in your relationship, I feel like there's nothing there, I mean, don't get in the car.
Okay, so let's talk about it not being in a relationship. Do you see it different with each sex if they are being promiscuous? Let's say the guy's being promiscuous. Do you view the female who's being promiscuous the same way as you would the man?
Yeah, because it's still like you're going from one person to another person. I mean, and who knows if you're being protective. Like, that's another thing. People can just go be nasty, with many people at once. And, I wouldn't look at a woman differently from a man because they're doing the same thing. I mean, that's still nasty.
Yeah.
Figure out yourself and then date. That's how I look at it.
And that's how I see it. Gender has nothing to do with, being safe or not. Safe is safe whether you're female or male, whatever the case may be. If you're going to go out to the club and do your own thing, be safe regardless of you're male, female, whatever the case may be. That's just it. You need to be safe in general. There's a lot of things out there and people doing a lot of other stuff out there that's not okay, that can lead you into being seriously ill in every way. So, I mean, gender has nothing to do with being safe at all.
Right. Okay. So it's obvious that it's okay for double standards. Now, where are their boundaries?
Yes, that's what I would like to know.
Where are the boundaries when you're in a relationship?
Okay, on the single type, I'm gonna speak for myself. I'm single. I go out, I do date, and by me dating, I get by other couples, and I have friends that have couples. I'm considered a dog because I date. I go, I'm single, I'm dating,
Right.
and then like let's say a friend of them comes by, and I'm like, hey, your friend's cute. No, you're a dog. Like I'm single. If I was with somebody else, I'll be different. But as a single person, I get criticized for dating a lot of girls.
Right.
And that's my question. Why do women, when a man does it, he's considered a dog or he's not marriage material? If I was to be with one person, I think I could just be with that one person and respect it.
Well, in a sense, that's kind of a double standard right there.
Okay.
Where married people or people that are in relationships versus single people. That's another type of double standard. Like you're single, you could do as you wish. You could talk
exactly.
You can date as many people. You could check out as many people. In 1 minute you can check out. You're single, but why is it not okay? Why is it frowned upon when you're married?
Right.
That's a double standard. What do you feel, Lovely?
Well, I'm married.
Okay.
And I've been married for 20 years.
That's awesome.
And I'm here just to communicate and do my bullshit, play around with everybody, have a smile on their face.
Right.
But you have your boundaries with people. You know what I mean? Like, you can make friends, that's fine. You can talk to them. You can show yourself. You can, have a smile. But you can be flirtatious, too. It's okay. because you're not seeing that person. By seeing that person, by making a relationship with her, like for example, like Davidson is single and he's looking. Why would a married man, a married woman, try to hit it or try to be with that person? That
Right.
knowing he is he knowing that she's married, why is she gonna fuck up?
Right.
Like, what is she looking for? You know what I mean?
Right.
Honestly, I'm not ugly, you know, and there's a lot of guys. And I'm like, no. I'm committed.
That's good. So how do you feel about double standards? Let's, you know, in any
Well, they're okay. It depending. Okay, say I'm saying I'm married, right? But
Right.
they're separated. They're not even together. They're not even physically. I see that differently. You understand what I'm saying? Like, even though you say you're married, but you're not. Why you not? Okay. How am I gonna say it? Say I'm single, right?
uh-huh.
But why can't I say I am married, but I am single at the same time? You know what I mean? People don't say that these days. They look for a different environment who has, well, as women, we want more all the time.
Right.
And when we don't get that more what we want, we go for the next person. You know what I mean?
Okay.
A lot of women that are married not happy with their marriage because they're not getting what they want from their husband, and I'm gonna get it from somebody else.
Right.
And that's
So
finance.
when you work, let's talk about the double standard when you work. Do you feel, you know, you being married for 20 years, do you feel some type of way when you see somebody that's real flirtatious?
Actually, no.
That's good.
No.
That's good.
And the reason why I know how to control myself, like, you know what I mean? Like, no, you know, it happened because I used to work at a truck stop restaurant.
Uh-huh.
And there was a limit that I said, no. Roses were coming in, gifts were coming in, everything what you expected were coming in. I would accept it, and I would tell my husband, hey, you know, a truck driver came, gave me this, gave me that. You know what I mean? I didn't lie. Even I
Now,
can't
do you
tell
think it's appropriate to accept gifts when you're from another man?
in a way, no. In a way, no. But you cannot reject him if he already bought it for you. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like,
Yeah.
for example, I'm not a mean person. I'm not that type of person like, oh no, I can't take it to with my husband because my husband trusts me. He knows how I am. He knows I'm very talkative. He knows I like to meet new people. I like to gather around. He knows that. You know what I mean? But there is a difference when you're going out with that person or doing things with the person.
So do you feel it's okay if your husband brought home gifts from another woman?
Well, if it's his co-worker, why not? Why not? I'm not that type of
What if
person
it's not
that.
his coworker?
Well, that's different. That's
How is
different.
it different though?
How is it different?
Yeah. how
Because
is
you
it
know
different?
you're at work. You're at work, and knowing. Well, basically, it doesn't matter in a way because it's like a gift that a female gives him. But how I see it, I don't see it like he's messing up on me. I don't see it like, you know, it could be you giving him a gift. And then I won't get mad about it. The reason why I won't get mad about it is I know him. Our love connection is always there. You know what I mean? Like, it's a beautiful thing when somebody gives you something. You can accept it. It's okay. But when you go too far, it's different.
But what invites that possibility of going too far. Like, where are the boundaries in relationships?
Like if you see that person coming late from work, if you see that person is always getting ready and escaping from you, there you go. That's where you think something's going on.
Right. So what do you all think? What do the rest of you think about this?
Me personally, being married, I would never accept a gift from anyone.
Me neither.
I wouldn't
I
allow
would
him to
either,
accept a gift
like,
from a woman.
when it comes to my wife, you know, she has full access to my phone. I have full access to hers. And she will still come and, hey, so-and-so said, sent a friend request. Do you know them? Yes or no? Okay, well, what do you think? Can I accept or not, babe? Yes or no? You know what I mean? As far as gifts concerned, my wife knows that male or female, doesn't matter whether you're male or female, is a married woman, and that's it, that's all. There's boundaries set. I'm married to have my life at home. You need, and that's it. I talk to you while I'm at work, or if we'll come in at work, whatever, but that's it, that's all. As far as anything else, it's a no-go.
Right.
That's disrespectful on both ends. One for her accepting it, and one for the person giving it to her.
I think so too. I wouldn't want anybody, my husband, accepting any gifts from anybody as well. You know, that there's just boundaries. That's just like your toe in the door to possible talking, entertaining the opposite sex, you know, and possibly cheating.
Yep, that's true. You're kind of like letting them know that. Hey,
I've been married 20 years, never cheated, never been with anybody. You know what I mean? It feels good when somebody gives you something from his heart, but not like saying something like I never got like teddy bears, never got like love things, never got like, for example, you would tell me, oh, what would you like, what is something your favorite food would you like to try different than what you have in the restaurant?
Right.
And he will go and get it for me. The only one a person got me was roses.
What color were the roses?
Yellow.
Yellow means friendship.
It was yellow. He gave me a card. And he gave me $100 inside because he was a customer that I was serving him. And I was like to him, that's too much. I was like, he goes, just go do your nails, go do your hair. And go do something
What
for
do you all
yourself.
think about that?
And my husband knew.
Your husband?
My
I think
husband
that's
knew. I don't like things from him.
The gift.
I used to get,
somebody
like-
appreciates you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he doesn't lie. I would come home, I would clean, I would do my thing. And there was guys that used to come, that are truck driver, pull me on the side and say, here's some money that I haven't gave you tips all week. And this is that's for you. And I will accept it. The reason why, I'm serving this guy. I'm busting ass. You know, he's a truck driver. He's a really nice, calm person. Like, for example, one guy says, there is no toilet paper in the restroom. And I told the manager, hey, I just cleaned the restroom and they said there's no toilet paper. Can you come behind me? Because I don't want to go to the restroom by myself with this guy. Well, I hurry up or whatever, and she just say, okay, I will wait. But what he did, he just pulled out $100 and gave it to me. And he lied to me. And the manager is like, was my sister, and he was like, he goes, it's fine to accept it because you're working.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
I used to give $600.
I think for you, you're in service. So
Yeah, I never did outside in service though.
you
Outside.
are doing your job. People that work in service, they do accept tips. They do accept things like that. So I think that it would be totally different. Let's say you worked at
An office, even in an office. And even in an office. There's females like he was working in the office and he was like, there were two guys, and he was out of the two guys, they were all females. And he would tell me about this person, that person, and they would exchange gifts all the time when they had something going, and I wouldn't get mad because why? These females loved me. They made a commitment, a friendship with me, and I would go to their parties. They'll invite us. Like he never, like it's different if he went by himself without me, but he always take me.
Yes.
Like he goes fishing by himself on the weekends. I don't have that mind like he's doing something wrong because I know he's going.
So was your relationship like that in the beginning? Because you guys have been married for a long time, 2 decades. You know, was it like that always in the beginning?
Yeah. I used to go clubbing with my friends, and he would drop me off and pick me up. That's the trust that we had.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean? A lot of people, a lot of females have security thoughts, a different thinking. You have to, how am I gonna say it? You have to let go a little to trust him. How far he's gonna go. If there's no trust in that relationship, it's not no good.
I don't think for some women it's not just about trust. I think that some women are just cool and they were raised differently to where they have different morals and values. You know, like there's just certain things that you just don't do in relationships that these days people do and it's not even looked at twice.
Okay, I have a question to ask you now. You go clubbing. You will go clubbing with your friends.
I haven't done that in quite some time, but when I did,
say you go, and you're sitting there and you're talking to people, laughing, joking, like online, like this, right? And somebody buys you a drink, right? He goes, "Oh, what kind of drink would you like?" That you're in the crowd. Would you accept it or not accept it?
Okay, so I've actually been in this situation because I've been married twice. My first marriage, I was married for 11 years. And we used to go clubbing, okay? So when we would go clubbing, there was actually a guy that wanted to pay for me to get in. And I told him immediately, you pay for me, you're going to pay for everyone that's with you. And he did. He paid for my husband, he paid for my 2 cousins and her aunt to come in. So then he wanted to have a dance. But he asked my husband at that time if it was okay. He was fine with it and he offered to buy me a drink. Again, I said, if you buy me a drink, you're going to buy the rest of my table a drink. And he did, you know. So I didn't just accept the gift just for myself. I accepted it for myself and who I was with.
Exactly. Well, with me, I used to go by myself, and I would accept it. Why I'm gonna spend my money if a guy was accepting me for a fucking drink, right? And I knew how far this was going. Because he was just sitting there, buying me drinks, buying drinks, and I'm like, okay. I called the taxi right away. I felt myself a little buzz. I call it, came pick me up. Oh no, I'll take you home. No, sweetie, you're good. You stay where you're at. Thank you for the drinks, though.
Well, you and I both know that when somebody is buying you drinks all night long, they're wanting something.
Exactly. How far did you go? Depending. Are you asking for what you're? No, not for you. Like for me, it was I couldn't did something with him if I wanted to, right?
Right. You
but
sure?
I respected that. I didn't kiss them. I didn't hug them. I didn't. We're just here with all the friends and we're giggling and laughing, and they were all pissed off at me. Why? I'm like, why are you getting pissed off at me? Because he's buying me a drink.
Yeah.
And why would you be upset? You know? He goes, oh, because all the guys like you. Because you have a best sense of humor. Your very personality is bubbly.
Yes, you
That's
may.
what you have to be. That's what you have to be.
What do
Oh, my
you
friend
all-
Danielle is here. He
What
wants
do
to
you
get.
all think
He wants to
about
come
that
in.
situation?
Daniel wants to come in.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find him on there so I can invite him.
And I didn't lie to him. I say the truth. I don't have to lie about anything what I do to my husband. There's trust. When you trust something and there's loyalty to each other, and there's no secrets. No
Right.
secrets.
Hi, Daniel. Welcome in.
Hello, hello, hello.
Watch. Wait, hold on 1 second. Daniel, how many years you know me?
I've known you for about over 15 years.
Okay. I've
And
been
what are
married.
your who is this to you, lovely?
And one of my friends, close friends.
Okay. What is your take on double standards and boundaries in relationships?
All right. Have I ever met you? Where I met you at?
No.
No.
In person, no.
No. But how's our friendship?
Good, good, respectful.
How am I respecting you as a friendship?
You always respected me. Like you
There
always,
you
you
go.
know.
There you go. Do I tell you? Do I tell you to hook up any time of the day so I can see you or be with you, do physical things with you?
No.
There you go.
So what are
What
your
you know
takes
about?
on-
Okay, Daniel. What you know about me? All these years.
Well, I mean, I've known her. I mean, she's married. You know, she's happily married, and you know, sometimes we joke around like everybody else jokes around as friends. But there's always gotta be a level of respect, you know, towards each other. You know, and if you have a level of respect, I always say this as a guy, as a man. I always put this: a man goes as far as a woman wants him to go. Okay, I could go as far as high and by, as far as taking it to the bed, but that's up to the woman how far she wants to let it go. So with me and her, we've always talked. We've always, we communicate outside. You know, we talk, but her husband knows me as her friend, and he's okay with it.
You hear my husband when I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
And the basic, you heard him before, right?
Yeah.
And I don't lie to
Yes,
him.
Daniel. Hold on. Daniel, are you in a relationship?
No.
Okay. If you were in a relationship, would you still be acting the same way?
If I was in a relationship with me, I think that if I have my partner, I would always let her know first. You know what? She's my friend, and I believe my belief is that if I had friends right before my relationship, right before I'm in a relationship, I think that it doesn't have to do nothing with me being in a relationship and not be able to keep in touch with my friends. Because I think if I had my friends before my relationship, before I met the girl, and the girl is okay with it and she understands it.
Now, let's say you're with a type of woman that is very old school and believes that there should not be any conversation or entertaining of other females while you're in a relationship. And she gives you the same respect. What would you do at that point?
Well, in that situation, I would still respect her, but I would actually have to tolerate and to give me a reason why. If I haven't not committed anything for her to doubt me, and I've been a loyal man, why are you gonna take my privilege of me going with my friends to go watch a game, which is nothing wrong, just because I'm married? See,
Now, Angela, I would like for you to answer because I know just by speaking with you the past couple of times, you're very, you have very high standards. What would you feel if you were that woman dating a guy like that?
I'm curious.
I don't have no business dating them because I feel like, I mean, the world right now in itself, 2024, dating sucks.
Yes.
Respect went out the door. Morals went out the door. Everything has gone to hell in a handbasket. And I feel like men just feel like they can do what they want to do, and women feel like they can do what they want to do, and it doesn't matter. Me, like I said before, I'm a respectful person. I give respect, and I expect respect. I don't want to open doors that don't need to be open. So I don't have business, like I said, talking to other guys while I'm in a relationship. It doesn't matter if I trust you 100%, you don't trust me 100%. I just think that that's just the way it was back in the day, like when our grandparents grew up, when our parents grew up. And that I was raised that way. I never saw my grandma and grandpa talking to other men and women.
Right.
I wasn't raised by my parents, but I never saw my grandparents do it. I never saw my aunts and uncles do it. So it seems to be just something that's going on in this new world age. And a lot of us that do have growth and value and no boundaries,
But like how
that we're very rare. So I think like if I just want to meet somebody like me. And if that person doesn't feel like me or believe like me in a sort of way, I wouldn't even put myself out there. I'd just cut it off right away because I'm not going to put myself through anything.
yeah, but like how Danielle say, like, oh, it's okay to watch a game at a friend's house. For me, it's like, how come you don't invite her to your friends? That, you know what I mean? It's okay if she's your friend. I don't mind. But where about me? You gonna leave me home?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think, okay, let me meet your friend. It's fine. You know what I mean? Like, it's different how I see it. Like, say, for example, you got, say, Juliana. You say you're married, right?
Yes.
Okay, say for example, Juliana husband is one of my friends. It's like he's my friend, right? And I'm gonna say to my husband, "Oh, I'm gonna go over to Juliana husband and watch TV." What do you think he's gonna think? Why would I go without my husband? I'm gonna take my husband with me to go. Because I know she's married, and I'm going to respect that. I'm going to respect her marriage because she's a woman of God. That I am not going to be in the middle of her husband and her there, and my husband behind. I'm going to invite him together and have a little like watch TV, have a little gathering. I will never go out with any guy that invites me that has a girlfriend or a wife. I'm going to invite my husband with me to go with me.
That's the way it should be.
Exactly. See, trusting, loyalty, and honest is right there in the picture. You know what I mean? That's me. As far as I don't know if I'm saying things right, or like my thinking is differently than everybody else's, because I'm here friendship. I'm not here looking for anything. I'm here to have a good time. We joke around, we laugh, and at the end of the day, my husband's going everywhere where I'm going to go. Either if it's my husband's girlfriend's boyfriend's house, I'm going to be there because I'm sorry, I'm not letting you go with a female that I don't know. You're going to take me there.
Right. So you think just conversation, like for instance on TikTok, Facebook, any kind of social media is okay. But as far as meeting up with them, your spouse or your significant
even if you're going with your homeboys or your homegirls, your husband should never be left home alone. He should be always with you 100%.
Right. How do you feel, Annalisa? Angela.
I feel the same way. I'm not going to go anywhere without my wife unless she's at work. And if she is at work, I'm
Even
gonna
if I was gonna be with Danielle, I gotta tell Danielle I'm gonna go out with the homeboy. I'm gonna go with the
Angela.
sorry. I'm gonna go.
Always enjoy you here.
It's, regardless of male, female, married, single, just chilling, I'm not going to go without her. And a true friend would understand that regardless at the end of the day, that when I go somewhere, 9 out of 10 times my daughter and my wife go with me. And if you can't take that, then maybe we need to figure out where our friendship leads, because if it's not, you're not just, I'm not by myself. I have my wife and my daughter with me at all times. And I'm not going to say, well, I'm going to go chill with the homeboy. No. Hey, let's go do this with some people. Okay, let's go. Well,
Right.
You know what I mean? That's just it. That's all. I mean, opposite gender, same gender, regardless of the end, no partner should go with you unless they're at work.
Right.
And if they're at work, you should probably wait till they get home so this way they know exactly, you know what I mean?
Yeah. What about you, Lupita? What did you think about this?
I'm kind of lost. Everybody's saying different things. Oh, what is it that?
Okay, Lupita, say you're going to your homeboy's house and you have your husband.
Okay.
How do you feel like, will you go to your homeboy house by yourself or will you take your husband with you?
I would definitely take my husband with me. I would never go to a
Exactly.
I wouldn't want him to do that.
And then, for example, how about your husband say, "Oh, I'm gonna go to one of my girlfriend's house, but I'm gonna go watch the game with her boyfriend." How would you feel if he's not gonna invite you?
I would feel like that.
Now, me personally, I'm saying I'm coming with you.
Yeah, exactly.
What about you, Letty? Lovely. We haven't really heard much from you. What do you feel about this situation?
I don't know. My exes used to go by themselves with their boys, and I used to just stay home.
And how did you feel about it?
Okay, I was to each other, and then I'll just get lonely. But when I used to go with my friends, then he used to be texting me all night and everything.
See, that's the double standard that I'm talking about. That's the double standard that there is. It's okay for him. You trust him. You let him do it. You let him have a good time. But you go around and you go do it, and they're calling you all night. They're texting you. When are you coming home? That's the double standard that I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, thanks for joining.
And honestly, to tell you the truth, my husband never really called me when I was
never
out.
called you?
Never called me. I will call him constantly, like 2-3 times. Me.
Yeah.
Constantly. I said, "Are you okay?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'm ready to come get picked up." All right, I'm down the street. I'm picking you up.
Yeah, that's
So, like,
the
see the trust how we had? Like, it was different than most women think. And the reason is because you built a bond with each other to trust. And it's okay for that little hour period of time to go out with your friends, your girlfriends. You know, sometimes you need a girl night out. And it can be 2 hours. Go have a meal with them, go have a drink with them, it's okay. But what the mind thinking, what they're thinking of. And I always tell him where I'm going. I always tell him what club I'm going, what restaurant I'm going, whose house I am.
Okay,
So
kiddo. Thanks for
if
joining.
something ever happens, you can pick me up. You know what I mean? Even if I don't like something that I see, he can always pick me up and say, "Hey, I don't like the environment. Come pick me up."
Hi, thanks for joining in. We're talking about double standards and boundaries in relationships. Well, that's pretty good. I you respect your spouse to, you know.
Yeah, like I'll let him go fishing. That's the only thing he likes to go. He likes to go fishing. And just imagine,
Who
you're
is he
going
gonna
fishing.
flirt with? The
You're-
fish?
Imagine this: you're going fishing on the beach, right?
Uh-huh.
How many girls are on the bikinis,
Oh,
booty
on the
shorts?
beach,
How many times they're not looking? They're not like doing the eye contact or wiggling their eyes. I say, "Ooh, wow, let me see. Do I care about that? No, because at the end of the day, I know he's coming home to me."
So you would be okay with him flirting with the other female?
He doesn't do it.
No,
He
he's not.
doesn't do it. He doesn't do it.
What if he did?
Oh, hell no.
Exactly.
Hell no. Like I'm like the opposite. Like look it, I'm here in life talking to you guys. I'm talking to
Yeah.
guys and female.
Uh-huh.
And he knows I'm doing this. I'm not out and about like going out with them or meeting with them or doing nothing.
Yeah.
He knows what I'm doing. He knows I'm on life. He's seen it before. And you know, yeah, it's not right sometimes, but you feel lonely like you know, you clean your house, you do things, but like you feel kind of like lonely that you don't have a lot of friends, and you get to know people and you talk where they're coming from. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you hang up, and that's it.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's really not. I don't think it's bad because he's right there with you. You know what I mean? I think where it draws a line is if you get in a live and then there's disrespectful behavior. You know,
I'm always
and
talking
if-
shit to people. Always playing around. I'm always like the flirtatious and talk to people and joke around and stuff like that.
Hello, Michelle.
But
and
before I
Jody.
do that, there's a boundary where I can stop. There, like you know what I mean. I leave. I'm out. You know what I mean. I don't want nothing more. That's it. I tell them everybody. Everybody knows.
Right. So you basically set boundaries. You know,
Mm-hmm.
yes, you're going to do your lives. Yes, you're going to talk to people on social media, but there's a boundary that you set.
Yep.
You know,
Because
that's respect for your significant other.
exactly, and then not a lot of people don't have respect these
Yeah.
days. They don't care if you're married.
Combination of trust, of boundaries, and you know, just no double standards.
Okay, I have another question for you guys, girls. In
Yeah.
here. So, say for example, your husband, right, making so much money, a lot of money for you, like to take care of, and these girls know how much money, and these girls try so hard to get with your husband. Try to get with your husband just for his money. How do you feel that even when it's your friends and sit there? Okay, so I had a friend of mine. She's rest in peace right now. She will come over my house and she will buy him McDonald's, like a snack. She wouldn't buy me anything, but she'll buy him, and she will sit down with her little shorts, and she will cross her legs like she can show her butt with her tights. How do you think I would feel like when I saw that?
Well, that's not your friend. That's not a friend. A friend would not do that. Those are boundaries, you know.
And this friend is 20 years of friendship. But I felt bad because she had cancer. She passed away like 2 years ago. So that year she was coming often to my house because nobody wanted to talk to her.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to talk to her.
Why? Because of her behavior.
Oh, it was awful.
You
Nasty.
know, personally, if I had a friend that was like that, use my French, but I'd beat her ass. because there's boundaries, there's respect. You don't do that. There's even rules like if you have a friend and
Like for example, your husband
let's
sitting.
say
Yeah.
let's say they
Your-
date somebody, and then all of a sudden they stop dating, and then you're out there. You got a friend like that, Javier? That's terrible. So let's say they dated somebody, your friend, and then they broke up, and then like a year goes by or a few months, you're her friend. You are not supposed to. There's just like an unspoken rule. You do not date your friend's ex. You just don't. Because then it places doubt in your head, makes you think like, well, was she always flirting with my man when I was with him? Did she always want to be with him when I was with him? Were
And then
there?
he would tell me, why you bring her here? Why would you bring her here? He would tell me, I didn't bring her. She knocked on the door. She came on her own. She knew his schedule, when his break was, his lunch break, when he did off of work, and she would come right in the door and straight sit in front of him, like face to face, and she would cross her legs and talk to him. And he would look at me like, what the fuck am I gonna do?
Would he
And
get up and leave?
He would, yeah,
Oh,
he
thanks
would.
for joining.
He would like get up and stuff, like to go in the room. He felt uncomfortable, and I was like, "Oh, you sugar mama." I would play around. I was like, "Oh, you sugar mama."
That's okay, Joanna. Thank you. So, hi, Tiara. Am I
But
saying
see,
it right?
I
Tiara,
never got
right?
jealous. I never got jealous of that. Never like, because I knew he
We're
would.
here talking about relationships, boundaries, double standards. What are your takes on things? Have you been listening in, kind of?
Actually, I just got here.
Okay, what is your take on double standards?
Oh my god, I can't stand it.
Have you ever been in a position where there was a double standard on you, or have you ever done any kind of double standard on anybody?
Definitely. I've had family members especially have double standards, like it's okay. Or I'm not gonna, like for instance, when I was growing up, I'm not gonna yell at your brother for this, but I'm gonna yell at you for this. Like that kind of thing.
Yeah. So what are your take on boundaries? Yes, Joanna, for sure. I would love to have you on a live. I'll do one again later on or tomorrow.
As me and you, as married women, did I spoke right?
I believe you did. In the beginning, I think it was a little bit different because a lot of us didn't quite understand some of the things that you were saying. But then as time went on, we saw that your husband is also brought in as well. He's not just left in the dark. That's always good.
Exactly. And he doesn't have friends. His friends is family. And we all gather with the family and stuff like that. Like, he doesn't like friends. He told me, like, my mom told me, one thing that she's a rest in peace. Your house is your privacy. Nobody should come in your house when your husband is off work.
Uh-huh.
He goes, you don't want your house to be ruined.
Right.
Your house. And I was like, what are you talking? So I'm going to tell you a little thing about growing up. My mom had this best friend. She would come in when I was 2 years old. She was coming in and out of the house, and she's married to my father now.
Uh-huh.
So what do you think about that?
Okay, thanks for joining in. Double tap that screen, like, share, follow.
And she's married to my father, but she said that they were never did anything, never been together, but still, knowing you're my mom's best friend, but you're marrying my dad.
Uh-huh. See, that's a little crazy. You know, that's where I'm talking about, like, there's just like an unspoken rule, like you do not date your friends exes. You don't, you just, there's certain things you don't do, but a lot of people don't believe in that, you know.
So you're married. You're married. You said this is your second marriage, right?
This is my second marriage.
Okay. So say we were friends. How would you like? I will marry your husband, your first husband. What would you think about that?
Honestly,
there you go.
We're friends, right?
Yeah, exactly.
If you were my friend, then you would be able to see the type of relationship my first marriage was. And if you were my friend, you wouldn't even want to place yourself in that same position that I was in. So right there from the gate, you should have been like, no way. If he did that to her for 11 years, I don't want to do that, you know?
That's crazy, right? It's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
And this is like 20-something friendship. 20 years of friendship.
You know, speaking of that, like, here's an example of where boundaries are crossed. My husband, me and him have been married now for 4 years. We've been together for 6. He has children from another person who is in a completely different state. They were high school sweethearts. They have 2 children. Now, it was a bad relationship. You know, whatever the situation is, I can't even really speak on it because I wasn't there. I just know hearsay. You know, I just know that they had a terrible relationship. They were on and off for many years. And then all of a sudden, a situation happened that placed my husband, who he was with him at the time, went to jail. Okay. When he comes out, she's dating his brother. Now the brother is still with her, and now they share children. Is that not some weird shit? Is that not? I mean, you can say what you want about her because, you know, you can't sometimes go into a house twice. But the thing is your brother. There is a underlining rule you do not cross.
So those kids are half brothers and half cousins.
Exactly. Isn't that some hillbilly type shit?
I don't even think
Hi,
hillbillies.
welcome in.
Amen. Welcome, Mama, and welcome, honey.
I said I don't even think hillbillies go there.
Right? Or inbred, you know?
Add me, Julian. I like your live. I really do. I like you guys' topic.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
more
you
welcome to
so
add
much.
me so I can come in. I enjoy it.
Thank you. We enjoy you being here. Hello, Samara. We're here today.
And all you girls, if you guys want to add me, you guys more welcome to.
Yes.
Hello.
We're here talking about double standards, about boundaries, about relationships. I don't know if you were listening in, but what are your takes on that matter? Same thing for you. Catch me if you can. What are your takes on it?
You got us on the spot, ladies.
Hey.
How do I get on? You guys hear me?
Yes.
Can you give me a little rundown on the topic again?
Okay,
So I can,
so the topic is on double standards. What's good for one should be good for both.
okay.
Have you ever been the type of person to have a double standard? Have you ever witnessed a double standard? And what about boundaries in relationships?
Oh, yeah, big
Where are they crossed with you?
Always.
I mean, there always has to be boundaries in a relationship because if not, it's not going to evolve and it's not going to prosper. But
Right.
I would like to know a little bit more. I would like to know a little bit more what you mean by the double standards. Like, in what sense? If you don't mind giving me a little example.
Okay, so there's different types of double standards. There's double standards in relationships.
Right.
For instance, okay, the man could go out with his buddies and go watch a football game, for example, at
I'll
the
go with
sports
him.
bar. Go with his friends. Okay, but when the woman, your significant other or whoever it is that you're dating, wants to go to out for a ladies' night, it's not okay. That's one double standard. Another double standard is,
Got it.
let's say you're at work and you see a guy there and he's trying to get in every girl's pants and everybody's like, yeah, you did it, you got the girl nobody could get, high-fiving him. But a female comes in and starts flirting with all the men. Oh, she's a hoe, you don't want to mess with her. That's a double standard.
Okay, got you. Yeah, but you know what? That's that old school way of thinking.
It is.
You know what
Well,
I mean?
I'm old
'Cause,
school. I'm
I mean,
47 years old. I'm old school.
well, I'm 51. So, anyways, this is my personal opinion. This is what I do with my fiance. She doesn't. I rarely go out. Come
Go ahead.
Breaking out.
at home smoking a little weed and just watching TV and being it's a lots out of state from her
We can't hear you.
We can't hear you. You're breaking out like a robot.
my friend. And you can't hear me?
No, you keep breaking up. You're like a
Can you
robot.
hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Hold on, let me see if I can do. Can you hear me now better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
It sounds like it's windy.
So basically, what I would say is that hold on, let me see. Hold on. Can you hear me better now?
Yes.
Can everybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Perfect. Okay, so what I was saying is, me and her, it's not sort of like a pact that we have, but it's more of like, she lets me do whatever I want to do with my friends, as long as, it's reasonable. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna go to a strip club with my friends and expect her to be okay with it. But
Preach.
I always tell her, you know what I mean? You're allowed to go out with your friends. You're allowed to go see your family whenever you want to. You don't even have to. I mean, I would appreciate at least a text and a heads up if you're gonna go out, so I don't worry about you. But I know she's not gonna cheat on me for a fact, and I'm not gonna cheat on her either. So we pretty much got that side, down packed, But yeah, it's a double standard. And for the second story that you told me about, yeah, I mean, why is a woman a hoe? I mean, you ladies have the same, what's the right proper word to say? You ladies have the same needs that we men have. You get me? So,
Right.
I mean, if you go to a bar and have a couple of drinks and you meet someone attractive that you're vibing with, I mean, you guys are adults.
Right?
There's nothing wrong with that. Why should you be a hoe?
But why is it considered a hoe, though?
Because people are just stupid and ignorant, and they just want they just want to find any type of reason to put others down, and then they're not happy with their life. So if somebody's not happy with their life, they're gonna try to make your fucking life unhappy.
Right.
And that's basically what it is, But I don't have a problem with a female going up to I mean, it's happened to me in my past.
Uh-huh.
And I've never called her a hoe. I never thought she was a hoe. I'm just like, this is a human being with needs, you know, and you know what I mean? That's my take on it. I mean, but I don't think in relationships it should be double standards. Oh yeah, your man is allowed to go out, but you gotta stay home and you can't do anything with your friends. Yeah, that's shitty. You need to get rid of that.
Definitely.
Whoever's going through that needs to get rid of that guy, because that guy's being selfish and it's just being I mean, to make a long story short and to be blunt, he's just being an asshole.
Right.
Yeah.
So then what are your take on boundaries? Like we just finished touching a little bit about, like I told a little bit about my husband's situation where exes start getting with brothers, sisters, cousins,
Oh
friends.
no, hell no.
What are your takes on boundaries?
No. See, okay, I live by certain codes. And one of these codes is I do not date, I do not look at too much at any of my friends' girlfriends or exes or wives. I don't do that. I value my friendship with the person more than a simple hit and run hit behind his back. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Right.
so it's like I've had friends that have dated beautiful women, and after they broke up, they've tried to hit me up, and I've told them negative. You're better off trying to win the lotto.
Now, did you tell your friend that they tried to hit you up?
Of course,
That's a respect.
of course. I text him. You know, hey, man, listen, man, I don't know what's going on, man, but this chick is texting me, and I don't want any drama. Here's a screenshot, bro. You know, I mean.
Uh-huh.
Because I send them a screenshot because I don't want them to, you know, because one thing is to tell somebody something and another thing is to show them, you know, in black and white.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I don't want them to think that
In
I
this
even,
day and age, there's so many people that hate on other people's relationships that they can possibly tell them lies just to destroy something.
exactly, because they're unhappy, and they're wearing a mask. And the thing is that they can hide it better than everybody else.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I mean? But listen, ladies, I have to eat and I have to take a shower, and I appreciate you guys having me on. And I
Thank
hope
you so much.
no need. And I hope that my comments made sense and you got a little bit out of it. And feel free to hit me up on my account. And if you have any questions or anything, I'm here for you guys. And everybody, blessings and be safe.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're
You have a
welcome.
wonderful evening.
You ladies have a good night.
You too.
Bye bye.
Bye.
See, wasn't that refreshing that there are men out there that are still, have that old school value, out there. That's refreshing,
especially at his age.
Yeah. Well, they come so far and few between, and it's this day and age, it's hard to find somebody has those type of morals,
Is that gonna bum me?
Yeah, babe, I know.
It's so amazing when you have somebody like that. Hello, thanks for joining in.
Oh, my hand.
Hello.
How are you? We're talking today about double standards. What is your opinion about double standards in this day and age, as well as boundaries in relationships? What is your take on it?
Talking to me?
Yes, talking to you, Hans.
Double standards.
Yes, go ahead.
It depends on circumstances and I don't believe in double standards, but I guess I would give an example of
Yeah. So have you ever witnessed double standards being done?
yeah.
And what is your take on boundaries in relationships? Like, for instance, do you think that it's okay for your significant other to accept gifts from other men, even though you are with that individual? Hello, Joanna.
I don't. No, I don't think that's right.
You don't think that's right?
I don't think that's appropriate. Unless, like I said, unless it's a work thing or something, you know.
Why do you think it's not appropriate?
Well, it depends on the gifts, you know. If it's a friend, can you not hear me?
Yes. Now I can hear you.
Okay, so
For example, Lovely, do you want to explain your gifts?
right, so
Like I used to work at a restaurant and I used to be a waitress. Some guy came with some yellow roses. As me, I accepted it. I'm also married. I accepted it because it's not right as he coming as a customer to reject what he wants to give you. You know what I mean? There is a boundary as he's telling you, is that for friendship or is he telling you, is that for love?
right.
And he knew I was married. He never actually showed me like to hook up or anything. He goes, you deserve it. You're a beautiful woman and you deserve it. And the reason I'm saying that is because a lot of guys doesn't show friendship to, and then he gave me a card with $100 in there. And I'm like, what? You know what I mean? I was just like, okay, I'm gonna accept it. You know what I mean?
So, Hans, if you had a spouse that was accepting gifts like that, do you think it's appropriate?
He have.
No, Hans.
Yeah, so I do have a wife, and if some man gave her a gift card, especially of that value, I would be very suspicious about that. Because why? Why is he doing that?
Right.
That's my take on it.
Because he's happy of her service. But like I'm
Now-
serving you. How I'm serving you. How what you're asking, I'm giving it to you. Like he did it as a polite way, not like a hookup. You know what I mean? Not like
Right, and I could see how that could be a thing. You know what I mean? But I can also understand the flip side where a spouse might question why. Are there
Yeah.
people that are super generous out there and are giving gifts to a whole bunch of people? Yeah, that is a thing. But if he's singling somebody out, which, you know, somebody could assume that, the question is why. That's all.
Right. Exactly. So, what about double standards? Do you think it's okay for you to go, let's say you like football and you go to a sports bar with your buddies, and then your wife feels like she wants to go out with the girls one night? Do you feel that she shouldn't because she's a female?
Of course not.
Would you allow her?
I do. She goes with her girls. She has her girls' day, her girls' nights, and so on, and that's perfectly fine with me.
Now, is there certain places that are considered appropriate for your relationship and some places that are not appropriate? For instance, a strip club, maybe like a Magic Mike night.
She's definitely not into that, so it hasn't come up at all ever. We've been together for 2.5 years, and that's never been a thing even once. So it's not something that I personally have to ever think about.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. So, what's your take? Give us some advice, considering some of those women, like for instance, my mother-in-law Lupita. She is in the process of. She was married for 29 years, and her husband recently passed from COVID, and so she's back in the
Sorry to hear
dating
that.
game. Yeah. She's back in the dating game. So, from a man's point of view, give her some advice as to what to look for, red flags, just in general.
Yes, please.
Well, people that I would say guys that I'm having a hard time like putting the words together, but like somebody that's not transparent, you know, somebody that has things they can't show about themselves, or let's say it comes down to the third, fourth date or whatever, and you're gonna go, I don't know, see where they live or something, and they're not comfortable with that. Then what are they hiding? People that have things to hide
Okay.
is to me, that's a big red flag. Like you ask something and they have like not a straight answer for something that should be very simple.
Yes.
Or, you know, being secretive or mysterious. That's not something you want to be when you're getting to know somebody, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
No
Do
problem.
any of you ladies have any questions?
No.
Well, I wanted to go ahead and thank everybody for joining us today. We talked today about double standards and relationships. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Please like, share, follow, double tap that screen. Thank you so much for the support.
Add me so I
Alright.
can come tomorrow.
Exactly. We'll see if anybody has any ideas on some new topics that we should talk about. Please inbox me, let me know.
Y'all have a great day.
Y'all have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.